Jesus has been trying to reach you. Not today, not last night, not last week. 3 weeks ago, he wrote a message with your name on it, a message of protection, a message of warning, a message of love, but every time he tried to guide you, you were too hurt to notice, too tired to listen, too heartbroken to believe. He saw your tears, but you kept them hidden from the world. You pretended you were fine when you were breaking quietly inside. There was a moment, just 21 days ago, when you cried harder than you ever did before. Your soul felt abandoned. Your heart felt crushed under disappointment. You wondered, God, are you even listening to me? And Jesus answered that cry instantly. But you couldn't hear him. You were surrounded by noise, stress, confusion, fear, memories, the enemy attacking your mind. Still, Jesus didn't stop. He placed signs in front of you. Signs in timing. Signs in numbers. Signs in repeated words and names. Signs in small moments that felt like coincidences, but were actually messages. But life distracted you. You ignored the signs without realizing you were ignoring your Savior. Jesus whispered, please, don't go back to what broke you. Yet your heart was searching for familiar comfort, even if that comfort was hurting you. He watched someone treat you like you were replaceable. He watched you give endless love to someone who gave the bare minimum in return. He watched you carry the blame for pain they caused. He saw you lose pieces of yourself trying to keep someone else whole, and it shattered him. Because Jesus knows your heart. He created it. He knows how deeply you can love. He knows how loyal you are. He knows how pure your intentions were. And he knows you didn't deserve the heartbreak you were handed. That is why this message exists. Because Jesus is stopping the cycle. Tonight, he's not asking for permission. He's intervening. There is something, or someone, from your past trying to return and reopen your wounds. A familiar voice, a familiar temptation, a familiar pattern. And if you leave this message now, if you scroll away, if you ignore him again, the heartbreak will come back. The same pain, the same tears, the same emotional trap. Tonight, this is not a metaphor. Jesus is speaking to your future right now. Your heart cannot afford another repeat of yesterday. Your destiny cannot be delayed again. He has already planned your healing, your joy, your breakthrough, your peace. But you must stay, you must stay. You must listen. You must accept that Jesus chose you to hear this. Not the next person scrolling past. Not someone who won't take it seriously. You. Because your calling is too important. Your heart is too valuable. Your purpose is too big. Jesus isn't threatening you. He is protecting you. Protecting your heart so it never breaks that way again. Protecting your future so it finally looks like the future you prayed for. He is bringing clarity. Tonight, he is revealing truth. Tonight, he is closing the wrong door forever. If you stay through this message. So before we go deeper, Jesus wants to know one thing. Will you finally listen? If your heart is feeling something right now, if this message is hitting a place you've kept hidden, if you know Jesus is speaking directly to you, then don't hesitate. Don't overthink. Don't fear. Type right now. I'm listening, Jesus, because this time you won't ignore the signs. You will understand them. You will follow them. You will be protected by them. Jesus is about to show you what your heartbreak was preparing you for. And he refuses to let you go through that pain again. This time, you will receive the message, and your heart will finally rest. Jesus knows exactly why you didn't see the signs. He understands every reason. And none of those reasons make him love you any less. You weren't ignoring him on purpose. You were simply trying to survive. You were too busy holding yourself together when everything around you was falling apart. Your mind was exhausted. Your heart was overwhelmed. Your spirit was bruised. Sometimes the pain of life becomes so loud that even God's voice feels silent. But here's the truth Jesus wants you to hear. You didn't miss the signs because you were blind. You missed the signs because you were hurting. And Jesus saw that hurt. He saw how deeply you cared for people who didn't truly care for you. He saw you give love to someone who only gave you confusion. He saw you pray for someone who wasn't praying for you. He saw you try again and again and again even when you were running out of strength. He watched you choose loyalty over your own well-being. You ignored the signs because your heart wanted to believe the best in others. You wanted to give second chances. You wanted the story to have a happy ending. But Jesus knows what you don't. Some people were never meant to be in your future. They were lessons, not lifetimes. Sometimes the sign is not a gentle whisper. Sometimes it is a heartbreak. Jesus let certain people walk away because their presence was destroying your purpose. He closed doors because you kept trying to open the wrong one. He delayed answers because rushing would have ruined what he's preparing. Jesus didn't punish you with pain. He used your pain to protect you. He knows your heart has been tricked by fake love before. People pretended. People lied. People made promises they had no intention of keeping. And you held on to them because you saw their potential instead of their reality. You kept choosing the same kind of hurt because the old pain felt familiar. And familiar sometimes feels safer than healing. But Jesus says, and no more. Not this time, not again. He is stopping the patterns that once controlled you. He is breaking the cycles that kept you trapped. He is removing the people who only wanted your heart when it was convenient for them. He is guarding you from manipulation, from emotional games, from hidden intentions. You are not losing anyone necessary for your destiny. You are being released from the ones who were harming it. And now, because your heart is finally ready to listen, the signs are about to become impossible to ignore. Repeating numbers, sudden thoughts, random words that hit your spirit, strange urges to take a different step, dreams that feel too real to forget. Jesus is giving you clarity. Sharp clarity, the kind that removes doubt instantly. This time, you will see it, you will understand it, you will follow it, because now Jesus has your attention, and he wants you to confirm that your heart is open. Type right now. Right now. Lord Jesus, I see your signs. Don't be afraid to respond. Your words show heaven that you refuse to stay stuck in yesterday. Jesus says, you are no longer blind, you are becoming guided. Your past pain taught you discernment. Your heartbreak taught you boundaries. Your struggle taught you wisdom. Now the signs that once confused you will lead you to your breakthrough. And the blessings you once thought were impossible will become unavoidable. This time, you won't miss it. This time, nothing will block it. This time, Jesus himself is leading you. Your life is changing, and the signs are just the beginning. Archangel Michael wants you to understand something powerful today. Your soul is not weak. Your spirit is not broken. Even when life tries to convince you otherwise. You are not here just to survive. You are here to rise. To transform. To rewrite every story that once made you feel small. Some nights, you cry quietly because you don't want anyone to hear your pain. You hide your tears behind forced smiles. You pretend everything is okay because you don't want to be a burden to anyone. But heaven sees the truth. Last night, when your heart was shivering with fear, when your mind was drowning in heavy thoughts, when you couldn't even put your feelings into words, God noticed. Angels noticed. Archangel Michael stood beside your bed and whispered strength into your soul. Maybe you didn't hear it, but your spirit did. You woke up today even though you were tired. You kept going even though you wanted to give up. That is not weakness. That is a warrior spirit. There is a divine reason you're still standing. Every tear you've cried watered the seeds of your future blessings. Every heartbreak you endured shaped you into the person you are becoming. Every silent battle was a preparation for a miracle people will soon witness. Yes, people doubted you. They laughed at your dreams. They left when you needed them the most. They didn't believe you had what it takes. Some even hoped you would fail. But they don't know the God you serve. They don't know the angel who protects you. They don't know the strength living inside you. Your story isn't over. Archangel Michael wants you to stop apologizing for being emotional, for being sensitive, for caring deeply. These are not flaws. These are signs that your soul is alive. You were created with a heart that feels everything. That's why betrayal hurts you so deeply. That's why disappointment cuts so sharply. That's why loneliness feels so heavy. But please listen carefully. Your sensitivity is your divine superpower. Your empathy is your spiritual gift. Your tears are not weakness. They are proof that you are alive, awake, and connected to heaven. There is an unseen battle happening around you. Light is breaking through every darkness trying to reach you. Hope is pushing through every fear that keeps holding on to you. Your angels are fighting for you. Even when you feel alone. You may feel like nothing is changing, but spiritually, everything is shifting in your favor. The doors that once refused to open, will now unlock with your name on them. The people who walked away, will be replaced by those who genuinely care. The blessings that were delayed, are now on an unstoppable path, toward you. Something divine is aligning, something powerful is coming. Something beautiful is rising from within you. Archangel Michael wants you to believe this. You are destined for joy, not sorrow. You are destined for abundance, not lack. You are destined for love, not loneliness. Your struggle was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to activate you. So breathe, rest your heart, lift your head, and remember who stands beside you. Archangel Michael is removing the pain from your soul. He is cutting the chains tied to your destiny. He is lighting up the path that felt dark for too long. You are stepping into a season where everything that hurt you will no longer have any power over you. Get ready. Your spirit is awakening. Your blessings are approaching. Your miracle is closer than you think. Your miracle is closer than you think. You survived the storm, not by accident but because you are chosen. Heaven is not done with you. This is your rising moment. Archangel Michael knows, you have been fighting battles in silence. You keep showing up for everyone, supporting, loving, giving, even when your own heart feels empty. You smile so others don't worry. You stay strong, so others don't collapse. Well, you keep moving forward even when exhaustion is screaming inside you. But who carries you when you fall? Who hears your silent cries? Who comforts you when your soul breaks? Heaven does. Archangel Michael does. Right now, you may feel like you're walking through life alone. But spiritually you are surrounded by divine guardians guiding your every step. Before we go deeper into Archangel Michael's message, take one soft moment and subscribe right now. so you never miss what heaven sends for your soul. Now breathe, and listen. There were moments in your past where everything almost destroyed you, where life pushed you to the floor and didn't let you stand again easily. And yet, here you are, breathing, living, fighting. You didn't survive by luck. You survived because you were chosen. Some people questioned your path. They said you changed. Yes, you did, because the pain changed you. The healing changed you. The spiritual awakening changed you. You are no longer the person who tolerates disrespect, who ignores red flags. God upgraded your spirit. Now you know your worth. You know what you deserve. You know who deserves access to you and who doesn't. And Archangel Michael is proud of you for that. He wants you to stop being afraid of letting go of what no longer honors your soul. Because the truth is, some people weren't part of your destiny. Some plans weren't aligned with God's vision for you. Some relationships were only lessons in disguise. Rejection wasn't punishment. It was protection. Disappointment wasn't failure. It was guidance. Loss wasn't the end. It was a divine beginning. Every time someone walked away, heaven stepped closer. You were not abandoned. You were redirected. Archangel Michael is clearing away every energy that blocks your joy, every fear that limits your growth, every insecurity that convinces you that you are not enough. He says, you are worthy, you are chosen, you are protected. You are here for a divine purpose greater than your pain. Your blessing did not disappear. It did not get cancelled. It did not pass you by. It is simply being prepared to arrive at the perfect moment, the God-appointed moment. There is a future version of you that is so thankful you didn't give up tonight. The pain you feel now is the doorway to your transformation. The waiting season is the building season. The silence from heaven is preparation for loud miracles. You may not understand everything right now, but trust that everything is working exactly as heaven planned. Do not let your current chapter convince you that the story is over. God writes the most beautiful endings for those who trust Him in darkness, and you have trusted Him through storms others would never survive. This is why Archangel Michael has stepped in with his sword of light, to protect your destiny, and defend your soul. The forces that tried to break you will now fear the power rising within you. The doors that were locked will now open because heaven holds the key. You are stepping into blessings you didn't even know were coming. Hold on. Your miracle has already left heaven, and it has your name written on it. There is something deep inside you that refuses to collapse, something that refuses to surrender, something that keeps whispering, keep going, you were born for more. And Archangel Michael knows exactly why. Because you are not an average soul. You are a chosen warrior, a light carrier, a healer, a divine soul, whose pain has purpose. People have looked at you and thought you were weak, but they didn't see the courage that kept you alive when everything inside you was breaking apart. They didn't see the nights you held yourself together, when your heart was shattering. They didn't see your silent prayers when fear tried to drown your hope. But heaven saw. Archangel Michael saw. That is why heaven never abandoned you. Not even once. Even when you felt forgotten. Right now, heaven is giving you a sign that your story is turning. Take one moment, and if these words are already speaking to your heart, send a super thanks to honor your breakthrough before it arrives and let heaven witness your faith. Because your blessing is not coming from the world. It is coming from God. And when God decides to move, nothing can stop Him. Not the doubts in your mind, not the fear in your heart, not the people wishing for you to fail. Archangel Michael says, You have cried enough. Now it's time to receive. Those who forgot you will soon remember you. Those who doubted you will silently respect you. Those who hurt you will watch you rise. This time, God is rebuilding you in front of the same world that tried to break you. Your heart may have scars, but those scars are holy. They are proof that you survived what was meant to destroy you. Your faith is dangerous. Your soul is powerful beyond measure. That is why darkness fought so hard to silence your heart. It knew who you would become if you ever realized your worth. And guess what? You are realizing it now. You are awakening to your divine identity. You are awakening to you are stepping into the version of yourself that cannot be manipulated, cannot be broken, cannot be ignored. There is a greater plan unfolding behind the scenes of your life. Everything you lost will be restored. Everything you prayed for will arrive. Everything that hurt you will make sense, because God does not remove anything unless He plans to replace it with something better. Something holy, something made just for you. Archangel Michael wants you to know. This next chapter of your life will not repeat the last one. The heartbreak you felt will not return. The same pain will not follow you into your future. You have been spiritually promoted. Your elevation is official. Your blessing is sealed. The moment your heart surrendered, heaven began to move. Hold on. Your miracle is closer than your fear wants you to believe. Heaven is accelerating your breakthrough. The shift begins now. There is a reason you are still watching this message right now. Your spirit recognizes truth before your mind does. Your heart knows this is not random. This is timing. This is alignment. This is divine intervention. Because 3 weeks ago, God tried to warn you. He tried to protect you. He tried to reveal someone's true intention. But your love was louder than your intuition. You convinced yourself to ignore the signs. You convinced yourself it wasn't what you thought. You convinced yourself to give them one more chance, and that is why you are here. Heaven is giving you one more instruction so that heartbreak never repeats again. Listen, there is a spirit of confusion that has been trying to cloud your decisions, making you doubt what God has already shown you. One moment you feel strong, the next your heart feels weak. One moment you are ready to move on, the next you find yourself missing what hurt you. Archangel Michael is stepping in because the battle is bigger than emotions. You are not losing a person. You are losing a distraction that was blocking your future. You are not losing love. You are losing the illusion of it. You are not being rejected. You are being redirected towards something that will finally honor your heart. You honor your heart. God sometimes allows storms, not to break you but to wash away the people who do not belong in your new season. And this new season, it is sacred, it is protected, it is chosen. Archangel Michael says, you will not cry over the same wound again. This chapter is the healing you were scared to begin. This chapter is where you learn that walking away is strength, not failure. Let this sink in deeply. The one who is coming will not confuse you. They will not make you question your worth. They will not love you only when it's convenient. The one coming for you will pray for you, protect you, choose you. Every day, not only when they feel like it. Your heart has been loyal to the wrong souls. But heaven is sending someone who will be loyal to you the same way you have been loyal to others. Your voice will matter again. Your feelings will be valued again. Your presence will be appreciated again. You are stepping into a future where love does not hurt. Not this time, not again, not ever. But there is one thing heaven requires: agreement, right here. right now. Before the blessing arrives, before the door opens, before the miracle unfolds, God wants to see your yes. So speak it out loud in the spiritual realm. Type right now, I agree with God's plan for me. Let the enemy hear your faith. Let heaven witness your courage. Let your heart take its power back. Because once you agree with heaven, no darkness can interfere, no curse can operate, no heartbreak can return. This message is not a warning, it's a prophecy. And prophecies demand action. Take a breath. Place your hand over your heart. Feel that? That is your new beginning activating inside your chest. Your past is already losing its grip. The pain is already dissolving. Your spirit is already rising. You are not alone in this moment. Angels are surrounding you. Grace is covering you. God is leading you. Your healing has already begun. Your breakthrough has already started. Your destiny is already shifting. This is the moment where everything changes. If the pain was this intense, it means the purpose attached to you is extremely powerful. You don't suffer this deeply without a divine destiny ahead of you. People with ordinary purpose don't go through extraordinary heartbreak. This wasn't a breakdown. This was spiritual preparation. Because God isn't removing someone. He's removing someone. He's removing access to your heart from the wrong hands. You kept loving people who weren't ready for your love. You kept trusting people who didn't value your loyalty. You gave your soul to people who only wanted your presence. And the worst part, that's why it shattered. Not because you were weak, but because you were too strong in the wrong direction. Listen carefully. You did what love does. You tried. You held on. You fought for what mattered to you. But God saw you losing yourself trying to keep someone who was fine losing you. 3 weeks ago, He tried to stop the damage before it reached this level. But your heart whispered, maybe this time will be different. You weren't wrong for loving. They were wrong for wasting your love. Now heaven is showing you the truth that you were shielding yourself from. Not everyone who touches your heart deserves a lifetime in it. Some people are meant to teach you a lesson, not stay in your story forever. It hurts, because you cared. It hurts, because you felt deeply. It hurts because you gave everything you wished they would give back. But this is the last time your love becomes a sacrifice for someone who refuses to grow. Archangel Michael says, you are entering a season where your heart is protected by divine authority. No more manipulation. No more emotional games. No more almost relationships that keep you stuck. The next connection God sends will meet you with peace, not anxiety, with clarity, not confusion, with commitment, not excuses. But first, you must forgive yourself for staying too long. You must release the guilt for hoping too hard. You must be proud of yourself for having a heart strong enough to love without limits. Because that same heart will soon receive a love beyond anything you imagined. This heartbreak was not your ending. It was your promotion. This pain was not punishment. It was instruction. God said, it is time my child finally knows love the way I designed it. So breathe. Let the past loosen its grip. Drop the questions that torture your mind at night. The answers won't heal you. But your acceptance will. You are shifting into wholeness. You are stepping into stability. You are rising into destiny. And heaven is celebrating because you finally reached the moment God planned all along. The moment you stop asking, why did they leave? Why did they leave? And you start saying, thank God they did. Now, speak your spiritual agreement. Type right now, I release what God removed, not because they were bad, but because you deserve better. And better is coming. Do you feel it? That quiet strength rising inside your chest, that peace settling in your heart, that relief slowly replacing fear? That's your new chapter opening. Not tomorrow, not next month. Right now, this is your turning moment. There is something you need to understand. God does not stay silent without a reason, and He does not repeat Himself without urgency. The same sign that appeared 3 weeks ago is returning again. But this time, you will notice it. This time you will not dismiss it. This time you will not let your heart talk you out of truth. Because heaven is in a countdown. Jesus is exposing a deception that has been operating around you quietly. A voice that says it loves you but does not pray for you. For you. A presence that says it cares but disappears when you need support. A person who wants your time but not your growth. This is not love. This is dependency. This is convenience. This is spiritual distraction. And God is putting a spotlight on what was hiding in the dark. You will notice something unusual today. It may be a sudden unfollow, a random argument, a conversation that reveals true intentions, a message that exposes lies, or an opportunity that leaves someone behind. Pay attention. These are not coincidences. Every time you feel something inside your spirit saying, "This doesn't feel right," that is Jesus protecting you. Your intuition is not fear. It is revelation. Your hesitation is not weakness. It is wisdom. Your discomfort is not confusion. It is divine guidance. You must trust what your spirit senses before your mind fully understands. Jesus has been speaking to you through discomfort, through silence, through repeated patterns, through sleepless nights where your heart feels unsettled. He did not allow that pain to destroy you. He allowed it to wake you up, because He sees what you don't see. He hears the conversations behind your back. He knows the intentions hidden from your heart. And He loves you too much to let you be played again. Not because you weren't enough, but because they never planned to grow with you. Some people only want you as long as you stay small. Once you rise, their insecurity begins to show. That's why your blessing is delayed when the wrong people are close. God will never give your miracle to someone who plans to misuse it. He will never deliver your heart into untrustworthy hands. So when someone suddenly pulls away, let them. When someone stops choosing you, release them. When someone shows their true nature, believe them, because God is saving you from future tears you don't even know about yet. You are stepping into a season where your peace is priceless, your standards are high, and your heart is guarded by heaven. No more guessing who cares. No more proving your worth. No more begging for clarity. If someone wants to stay in your life, they will match your effort. Not just your emotions, your values. And if they do not, you will walk away without shaking hands with pain. Jesus is saying, your heart is finally learning its value. And when a heart learns its value, it can no longer be deceived by cheap attention or temporary affection. This time, you rise differently. You love differently. You choose differently. You will not ignore what God is making obvious. You will not go blind into another heartbreak. You will listen. You will observe. You will obey. Because your future depends on what you accept right now. And what you accept will shape what you attract. This new version of you needs healthier connections, stronger boundaries, and higher expectations. Your spirit is tired of being treated like an option. Your soul is tired of proving itself to the wrong hearts. And heaven has decided, enough is enough. You are stepping into clarity, into protection, into the truth that sets you free, not later, not someday, now. This is the moment you finally choose yourself the way God has already chosen you. You think the worst moments of your life were when you were awake and crying. But the biggest battles were the ones you never saw. When you were trying to sleep, your spirit was fighting to stay alive. There were nights where fear entered quietly, and your heart suddenly woke up as if something touched you. You felt pressure on your mind. You felt heaviness on your chest. You didn't know what was happening, but your soul did. That wasn't imagination. That was warfare. While you lay in bed broken, heaven stood around you in formation. Angels guarded doors you never knew could open. They blocked attacks you never knew were sent. This is why you woke up today. Because something stronger than the pain kept you breathing. You are protected. Even when you don't feel protected. Listen closely. The enemy knows the size of your calling. He saw your future before you ever believed in it. That's why you were targeted so early. That's why people hurt you so young. That's why heartbreak hit harder for you than for others. Not to destroy you, but to distract you. Not to stop your destiny, but to delay your confidence. Because once you realize who you are, nothing can stop you. And now you're realizing it. Slowly, quietly, powerfully. Those nights when tears soaked your pillow. Heaven was recording every one, not to remind you of pain, but to repay you with joy. Those moments you felt hopeless. God was rewriting your future one silent prayer at a time. You survived things that would have crushed someone else. You held on when your heart wanted to give up. You kept breathing when you didn't see a reason to stay. That is strength. That is faith. That is faith. That is destiny. Do you understand what that means? The enemy attacked you because he knows your purpose. He knows your influence. He knows your future blessings. And he fears the moment you step into the fullness of who God created you to be. That moment is now approaching. Your tears were not wasted. They were seeds. Watering the soil for a divine comeback. And that soil is breaking open. Breakthrough is sprouting. Blessings are rising. Your spirit is waking up. The same enemy that tried to break you last night will watch you rise publicly in a way they can't stop. People who doubted your healing will witness your restoration. People who betrayed your trust will see God promote you. People who played with your heart will see you loved correctly. Because God doesn't just restore. He upgrades. There is a shift happening now. A shift in your strength. A shift in your standards. A shift in who gets access to you. You are not who you were when the heartbreak began. You are wiser. You are braver. You are spiritually aware. Now you see the red flags. Now you feel the warnings. Now you notice the signs you once ignored. That's growth. And growth is what the enemy never wanted to see. Because a healed you is dangerous. A focused you is unstoppable. A protected you is divinely untouchable. Archangel Michael has pushed back darkness that tried to bury you silently. You will never again fight a battle unguarded. You are rising with protection. You are rising with purpose. You are rising with heavenly backup. And every part of your story that once made you ashamed will soon give God glory. You are living proof that the war was real, but so is your survival. You are proof that what tried to end you only prepared you. Tonight, no nightmare will own your sleep. No fear will control your breath. No heartbreak will define your worth. Because the same Jesus you called out to in tears is now lifting you into triumph. So breathe. Rest. You made it through the night. Now you're stepping into the promise. The worst has passed. The best is rising. Your story is just beginning. Listen closely, because Jesus is not speaking to your ears right now, he is speaking directly to your heart, to your silent cries, to the pain you thought nobody noticed. He knows why you've been awake at night. Knows, been awake at night, staring at the ceiling. He knows you are tired of pretending. Everything is okay. He knows the message heaven sent you 3 weeks ago. A message you kept avoiding, a message that was written only for you. You saw signs, but you said a not now. You felt warnings, but you said a maybe. I'm overthinking. You pushed away what God was trying to protect you from, and every time you ignored his voice, your heart cracked a little more. Your spirit dimmed a little more. Your hope faded a little more. Jesus now says, my child, I tried to pull you away from heartbreak before it destroyed you, but you kept holding on to the very thing that was breaking you. You knew that love was draining you. You knew those promises were empty. You knew your heart was losing its strength. But you stayed because you thought love meant suffering, because you thought pain was normal. Jesus whispers, you deserve love that feels safe. Love that doesn't confuse you, love that doesn't make you doubt your worth. You cried quietly, so no one would worry you, hid your wounds behind a smile. You tried to look strong for others, while you were collapsing. Inside heaven heard it all. Heaven saw you fighting tears while everyone else slept. Heaven watched your heart break again and again, just to keep someone else unbroken. Tonight, hear me cry. Jesus sent this message so heartbreak won't win again. Not this time, not when something better is coming, not when he has already prepared a love that won't hurt you. Every sign you ignored before, you will recognize them now. Because this time Jesus refuses to let you go back to what destroyed you, to what lied to you, to what only loved you when it was easy. You thought they were your blessing, but they were your test. You thought losing them was a punishment, but it was protection from God. He removed them because their love was temporary, and his love for you is eternal. He took them away because they could not walk into the future he planned for you. You keep trying to fix what God already replaced. You keep trying to heal what heaven removed. You keep trying to love someone who was only meant to be a lesson, not a lifetime. Jesus says, I never asked you to bleed just to feel love. I never wanted you to shrink to be accepted. You begged for closure, but Jesus is giving you clarity. Instead, closure would have come from them. Clarity comes from God. Your heartbreak did not break you. It awakened you. It rebuilt you. It made you discover your strength you never knew you had. You did not lose love. You lost the version of yourself who accepted less than you deserve. You lost the fear of being alone. You lost the belief that pain is love. Your heart is recovering. Your spirit is rebuilding. Heaven is restoring what was taken from you. Heaven is preparing joy that won't disappear overnight. Jesus says, I am healing every part of you that was damaged trying to love someone who wasn't ready for you. A new chapter is coming, a chapter where your heart is cherished, where your soul is safe, where your soul is safe, where your love is valued, where you don't have to beg for attention. The person Jesus is sending into your life will choose you every single day without hesitation, without confusion, without conditions. The one who left did not take your worth, did not take your destiny, did not take your happy ending. They walked away, because spiritually they cannot go where God is taking you next, is upgrading. Not everyone is meant to continue with you. Jesus says, stop chasing what I had to break you away from. You feel lighter. Now you feel wiser. You feel a new strength rising inside you. And that is healing, real healing, heaven-led healing. You are not the same person you were 3 weeks ago. You are becoming the version of you that God dreamed of. You are stepping into a divine timeline, where heartbreak has no access, only love, only peace, only purpose. So breathe, calm your heart. Let the past remain in the past. Because Jesus is not finished with your story. Jesus has been watching the battle inside your heart, the part of you that wants to move forward, and the part of you that keeps holding on to the past. You are stuck between what you know and what you feel, between the truth God revealed and the emotions you can't turn off overnight. But Jesus says, my child, I am removing what is blocking your blessing, even if you don't understand it yet. There are people, situations, dreams, habits that you keep trying to revive even though heaven has already declared them dead. Not every lost connection is a mistake. Sometimes it's a rescue, sometimes it's God saying this is not your path anymore. You prayed for peace, so God removed the cause of your pain. You prayed for clarity, so God exposed the hidden truth. You prayed for someone's true intentions, so God showed you their heart, and yet you still questioned why the door closed, why communication faded, why God separated you from what you thought you needed. Jesus says, you didn't lose anything. I removed what was draining you before it destroyed you. You think it's rejection, but Jesus calls it redirection. You think it's abandonment, but Jesus calls it elevation. It's not punishment, it's preparation. He is upgrading your life, and upgrades require separation. Some people can't breathe at the level God is taking you. Some hearts can't beat next to the one God is building inside you. Some spirits can't handle the blessing God placed on your name. This season will feel lonely at times, silent, uncertain, but that silence is not empty. It is filled with God's strategy, God's healing, God's transformation. Your mind will wander, your heart will ache, your faith will be tested, but Jesus whispers, hold on, breakthrough is closer than heartbreak. Now, night soon, where the tears will stop without warning, where the pain will feel like a distant memory, where you will wake up with peace instead of panic, where you will look at your reflection and see strength, not suffering. Your spirit is being rebuilt piece by piece, prayer by prayer, is aligning you with miracles you didn't even know you needed. He is preparing answers to prayers you haven't even spoken yet, but to move forward you must stop watering dead plants, stop reopening closed chapters, stop searching for love where God removed it, because what is coming is greater, softer, safer, stronger. The blessing with your name on it is already in motion. It is not delayed. It is not denied. It is developing. Heaven is just waiting for you to let go, so your hands are free to receive. Jesus says, when I heal you, don't run back to what broke you. When I deliver you, don't return to what destroyed you. When I elevate you, don't shrink yourself to fit where I found you. Your future is pulling you forward. Now your destiny is unlocking new doors. Your angels are fighting battles you can't see. Your heart is learning how to trust again, and very soon you will understand why God kept saying, not them, not there, not anymore. You are stepping into a season where the only things that stay in your life are things that are meant for your growth, your joy, your purpose, your healing. The spiritual warfare around you is proof of how powerful your next chapter will be. You are not being punished. You are being protected. You are not being delayed. You are being prepared. You are not losing love. You are learning what real love looks like. Jesus saved you from a heartbreak that was waiting to happen again. He saved you from a future that would have destroyed your spirit. He saved you from a love that was never going to love you back properly. Because He has chosen promises for you, not problems. He has chosen a partner for you, not a distraction. He has chosen a destiny for you, not disappointment. Your blessing is not slipping away, it is getting closer. And when it arrives you will finally say, "This is why God said no."